Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Blank Check here, and today, for the first time, well, in terms of his particular channel, I'm covering something from Viva Reverie. You probably know Viva. He's a quality animator with a very unique, identifiable character model for his ponies. On top of that, he has a good sense of humor, and he puts a lot of creativity into his audio and visual editing for live-action segments. Case in point, Bronies React, but he also has a bunch of material on his channel. But what I'm reacting to today is something I've been interested in for a very long time. This is Who Killed Santa? Trigger Happy Horses. It's an hour-long parody of a class trial from Danganronpa, and the title is a riff on Trigger Happy Havoc, the subtitle of the first game. I've made references to Danganronpa several times in previous videos. It's a series I adore, and I really need to play the third game at some point. The games are basically murder mystery visual novels, where high schoolers are trapped together and forced to kill each other by a robotic bear named Monokuma. Each character is a prodigy, like the ultimate chef, or the ultimate baseball player, or the ultimate detective. And the rules of the game provided to them are that one of them can leave if they commit a murder and get away with it. This causes a lot of constant tension, especially as you learn about and form relationships with the other characters. The gameplay features downtime where you talk to characters and pick who you want to hang out with, almost like a dating sim. But once a murder is committed, you go around finding clues and evidence to bring to the class trial. Because if you select the wrong suspect, then everyone but the murderer is killed. But if you get it right, then the perpetrator is punished, harshly and creatively, and they die. During the trials, you listen as the characters talk, and you look for holes in their logic or their stories, so you can present evidence to contradict them. And apparently that's what this video is, attempting to find the murderer of Santa Claus. I'm splitting this video in two because, besides editing time, if you have not seen the original video and you're here anyway, I can't stop that. But if you like what you see, then go watch the rest on his channel, because the second half probably won't be on here for another week. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's find out who ruined Christmas. Disclaimer, this video is a parody of Danganronpa. Series by Spike Chunsoft. Court is now in session, all rise.
Righto, let's start with a quick explanation of the class trial.
Okay.
Today we'll be looking at the murder of Santa Claus. Big, red, fluffy, happy man.
Went before his time.
A blow to the back of his head. The murderer was one of you lot, and...
He's not the first victim.
If the killer gets found out, they lose, and get executed. If the killer gets away with it, they win.
Right. Maestro is our Monokuma stand-in.
What do we gotta do with this convoluted trial thing?
Manfree, I know you.
Refuse to participate, I'll kill you. Can't have any party poopers around here.
These are characters from his old animations.
Boring.
Those are words of being hidden.
It's the Horse of Water.
You mean we have to solve them?
Oh my god. I love that. Oh, I don't... The purple hair one is in a crazy great video. Do what the Biggie for Robot says.
Well,
Murder of Saint Nick.
The step is to look at all the facts we've gathered in our investigation.
Oh my god, so many possible perpetrators.
Science lab at 12 p.m. The ones who discovered it were
That's good art.
John and Jake, who then immediately called the rest of us over.
I know John.
Actually, it was more John's scream that did that.
Jake won the
Santa's blood pink again?
the boxing match.
We saw Santa alive.
I saw him at breakfast at 10 a.m.
And John lost.
saw him at 10, you doof.
I saw him enter the science lab at 11:15, and the Magma was with me.
Mamagma, that's the great guy. Yeah, I love that guy. And Christmas.
I guess Celestia was with us too.
So therefore we can deduce that the murder happened sometime between the 45-minute gap of 11:15.
Okay, before noon. I love this cast.
It's a big gap. Anybody
That's
could have
what she
walked in
said.
the entire time. Nobody has an alibi.
There are so many. I love this cast so much.
Yes, trying to sell me a comb if I recall.
Is that really an alibi, though? What if you're just co-conspirators?
Okay, Green and Pumpkin.
If I was the murderer and got away with it, that would basically be suicide for Pumpkin.
You're just saying that to cover your own ass.
Though it is completely possible that someone would sacrifice themselves for someone else.
Besides that, there's also the science room door's lock. It was definitely broken while it was already locked, meaning the door was either broken into or broken out of.
Okay.
Why is that
It's not a
important?
closed room.
The door was definitely locked at 11:55. I tried it myself.
Alright, so a lock at the
Meeting in that
end.
room with me, Jake, John, and Santa at 12 p.m. So I left the cafeteria at 11:50 to go there.
Man through Goth, Celestia, and Pigeon. Well, this goes fast. I'm not sure if I can keep up.
I arrived 5 minutes early and saw that the door was locked, so I thought the meeting was called off.
Yet the door opened fine when I arrived 5 minutes later.
Alright, so something happened
5 minutes.
right before
Must
noon.
have broken out of the room.
Shame, because if I saw who that was,
I expect a twist. Maybe that the door was locked, the broken
Another issue is that the lock was
after the
broken
fact.
internally, unlike traditionally where, you know, you'd hit it.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think this is a pretty open and shut case. It was obviously Scott.
broken internally.
You can't tell me I'm the only one that
Was
noticed
someone hiding in the room?
Scott, as the murderer, literally just has to make up whatever he wants and he's off the hook. As
Okay, cash money dollars
crime scene alone, he's obviously
and
the
Pumpkin
culprit.
were together, so I doubt it's either of them at this point. Alright, debate time. Broken lock, science room meeting Scott's account.
Scott's lying. He says he tried opening the door at 11:55.
Is Scott
The one who broke it.
the player character? I
Are you kidding?
have not been completely paying attention.
You had all the time in the world. You left the cafeteria at 11:50. That's 10 full minutes.
That is 10
Santa was
minutes,
killed by
alright.
A
A whack from his bionic arm.
There was no better time. They were all alone. It was the perfect
Science room
time.
meeting, everyone was in the room. Viva's the main character. I've completely not even... I'm an idiot. Anyway,
Scott's lying. He says he tried opening the door at 11:55,
right?
but he's the one who broke it.
That
Are you kidding?
doesn't quite make sense.
To have done that.
You had all the time in the world.
5 minutes. Jake entered the room at 11:55, or tested
10
it.
full minutes. Santa was killed by a whack from his bionic arm.
No, Jake tested it at noon, and it was open. Yeah, all alone. Room meeting.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, great! Oh my god, this is really authentic.
Cash, there's a serious flaw in your argument.
What?
And
You
what?
say that Scott could have killed Santa completely risk-free
Anime gasp.
because they were completely alone.
Yeah, duh.
They were going to have a meeting in that room not 10 minutes later, not just Scott and Santa.
Okay.
But both Jake and John were on their way.
Oh, okay,
No
alright.
way of knowing when they were both going to arrive.
Well, that one's
So no one could predict
He
that.
made sure to watch both of their movements to make sure they weren't arriving early.
No, that's also impossible.
That is... Why is that impossible?
Because Scott was in the cafeteria for at least the past 30 minutes.
Okay, so he has an alibi
Several others.
up to that point.
There's no way you could have scouted Jake and John so intently when they weren't even in the same location.
Ooh, this is going to be very difficult
This proves Scott could not have been the one to do it.
for me to keep track of while doing this.
Wasn't there at all.
Alright, I guess you got
But I can try. Suck it, cash
Someone had
money.
to have broken that lock. If it wasn't Scott, who was it? Well, not counting Jake, John, Scott, Cash, myself, and everyone in the cafeteria.
Santa Claus himself.
Crass, Mamagma, and Waterhorse. I cannot confirm my alibi.
So you're saying you
I don't think it's Water Horse.
I'm just saying that even if I told you where I was, you wouldn't believe
Water Horse of Water does good deeds. He donates to charity.
God, I was sitting by the door to the roof.
I love that art. The water.
Since breakfast until I heard the body discovery announcement at 12, where I came down myself to investigate.
Top of the line in his neck.
What's up with the body discovery announcement anyways?
The body discovery announcement plays over the intercom.
3, that's it.
People discover a dead
I knew it was not the first time.
School knows someone died. Even people.
Because obviously the killer would know the body was there.
You know that my water has a pH of 7 on the dot.
Perfectly balanced. Oh my god. Celestia.
Did 3 people see the body before the body discovery announcement?
Yes, first two were John and Jake, then it played when the rest of us from the cafeteria.
First two were John and Jake.
That leaves Crass and Mamagma left.
Okay, it makes sense.
We parted ways at around 11:30. I just flew around the gym passing time until the body
I would not be
discovery.
surprised if Celestia was the killer.
Looks Looks like my magma was.
Because that's just too funny.
Wait, who do we suspect then? Crass, duh.
God, there are so many characters to keep track of.
Reasoning Cash thought she had. I know for sure I'm right. Motive. Crass has a so.
I love these performances too.
Give a rat's tail.
Just Viva doing so many of these things.
You just own up to it. You're the murderer.
Alright, we have to defend Crass now. Merry Christmas. Waterhorse's account, Jake and John's account. Waterhorse doesn't have much to go on.
Place had to work you. Unlike Mamagma and Waterhorse. You're the only one with a motive.
Mamagma might have done it.
No way! You can't say the other.
I don't trust that guy.
I'm completely out of the picture.
Sir Apathetic and Dr. Mute. Yeah, I don't think so.
Dr. Mute is my OC superhero.
Made of glass.
And the other would never get his hooves dirty. So you're the only one who could have broken out of that room.
You're the only
It's a
one.
premature assumption.
Are you sure that's even
This is really authentic. The way the
5-minute gap?
everything moves.
Besides those three, could have even touched
The setup, obviously.
I'm inclined to agree. The rest of us has rock solid boys.
A horse of water does not have rock solid spectacular.
Let's start the
How do you break that? No Celestia. According to Horse of Water's account, none of this is spectacular.
You're looking to replace that, weren't you? Unlike Mamagma and Waterhorse, you're the only one with a motive.
You can't break that one.
The other two are completely out of the picture.
I think only one who could have broken the lock.
Mute? Yeah, I don't think so.
Even
Wait, or was it
made of glass.
the timeline one?
Would never get his hooves dirty.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to break.
You're the only one who could have broken out of that room.
That's a premature assumption.
It's the timeline. They only have a 5-minute gap.
Within only a 5-minute gap, and nobody besides those three
No?
could have even touched.
Touched. Oh, forgot that was there.
No, that's wrong.
I'm just trying to keep up here.
No, there was an opportunity for someone else to break that lock. And I believe the evidence is in Jake and John's testimonies.
Did they see it and then leave and then come back?
Anybody else?
They came in. I forgot the gap here in time if they left the room for the perpetrator to escape quickly.
Only one! Jake, it had to have been you.
No, it wasn't. What are you talking about? I still think it was Crass.
Oh God!
Hold on a
Why do you think it's
second,
me?
Hear me out. I was with him the whole time. I didn't see him break the lock. Yes, you were. And yes, you did. Jake, you hold some strength in that arm, don't you?
Oh,
Well, I wouldn't say you're
so he
wrong
broke the
there.
lock.
And that same
Accidentally?
arm was the one that opened the door to the science lab at 12 p.m. Jake, is it possible you broke the lock to that door accidentally?
Okay. You're throwing me for some twists that
What?
I would not be able to,
Well,
I agree with Celestia. I think this entire trial should be thrown out.
so it's a possibility then.
I suppose it is.
Alright, red herring.
Then a new door has opened up, and one that's far
Maybe.
more logically sound than someone escaping a locked room. Within a small 5-minute gap they couldn't have even known they had.
Bonkers. I still say it was Crass.
Everything
Because you've
from
opened up a new possibility doesn't mean the old one
the
doesn't
very
exist.
beginning.
No.
Throw it out.
Something else that also supports this new theory. Tell them, Reverie.
I forgot Pumpkin was in here.
I got it!
Why does the broken lock?
Right. The lock was broken internally in some way other than hitting it. Perhaps by turning the knob too
Oh,
hard?
okay. Wow, good.
Hard stating the luck could be achieved by turning the knob.
Don't know your own strength.
So unless you're saying Crass chose to break it internally instead of just smashing the
Thought
lock,
maybe he swung it open so hard it
reason why?
hit the wall
Maybe he did it to confuse someone?
with enough force to break it.
He made it look like Jake broke it to set us off track. Are you saying he not only knew of Jake's history of breaking locks, but also that he was going to be the next one to try opening the door?
Well,
Fine. I
Oh,
guess
Crass.
Maybe Crass wasn't the one who broke the lock. Now
Yeah.
we're back at square one.
No leads.
Happy now?
We wouldn't say
this one makes me think of Miss Anthropony.
But we just eliminated every single person as a suspect. You do realize that's not possible, right? No, it isn't. I believe we've been looking at this case wrong from the start.
Maybe it was a suicide.
A broken lock makes sense as if the killer used that door as an escape route. But if they didn't, then that door is no longer
I don't think they call the
does that mean?
murder bell if it's a suicide.
The killer simply used a different escape route.
Like the window.
Or wait, they do. There was actually a
That was
trial,
open the
wasn't
whole
there?
time. No locks, nothing.
Well, that brings significance to a piece of evidence I originally thought was irrelevant. A patch of blood was found on the ground.
I like the
outside
pink
that
blood.
window. We don't know who it belongs to, and I assume there is no
That's
way
a
to find
staple
out.
throughout the Danganronpa series.
Blood testing is permitted for use to solve this case. While I'm at it, no hoof printing either. That would make this too easy. Such a bore to watch.
It's a good point, Maestro.
With that in mind, chances are it belongs to the killer.
Gotta keep the ratings up.
Trying to escape the crime scene. I don't get it. If they wanted to escape the crime scene while looking it up, why didn't they just go through the door and lock it from the outside?
So does anyone have
Not a well-designed door. It only has a key.
a recent injury?
Meaning it can only be locked on the inside.
Who's currently bleeding
It
out
was chosen for our meeting. Weird design choice aside, keeps intruders out.
within this circle?
It's the key to that door anyways. We couldn't find it actually, even after a thorough
Alright, so who has the key now?
Destroyed it or dumped it somewhere far, far away.
Under my rule, absolutely nothing may leave the school ground, and I most certainly would not let any school property get damaged.
Alright,
Now, the key to the science lab is still intact.
there is some history of having a break in a trial to go and search anywhere else.
answer to who the killer is literally right.
I don't know if that'll happen here.
We don't have fingertips. The killer is the one who injured themselves trying to jump out the window, right? So whoever currently has a wound on their body is the killer.
Here we go, Goth.
Speak up then. Who here has wounds?
Use some logic.
Nothing on me. I'm clean too.
Shut up, Celestia.
I am actually. I am a princess, in
Your
fact.
body is covered. We're gonna find out eventually. We're all stripped down.
Okay, this suddenly got a lot more interesting.
What was that, Crass? Got something to say?
I have a bit of a gash under my wing.
Oh no.
So it was you all along.
No, it's not from what you think. It's from,
Oh.
I don't want to talk about it.
Think up an excuse.
I had a sword fight with Santa.
Okay. Alright. Yes. That explains everything. Oh, this is amazing.
A one-on-one, a fight for the ages. We clashed swords for hours on end, only laying our arms down when one of us finally submitted.
We both yelled intensely for half an hour each.
Memorable. This happened yesterday in the gym, and
Do you have a witness?
I lost.
What an epic tale.
Epic, if rather confusing.
That's
Pigeon.
where this cut came from. A sword fight with Santa.
I completely forgot that Pigeon was in here.
Out that window.
Well, crap.
This is hard to juggle.
Your word against ours. As Santa, the only one besides you who saw this occur, is now dead.
Oh, I don't think it's Crass.
Not again.
That is a red herring. Nah, it's too early. We need a real twist here. Oh boy. Let's fly to the castle.
Crass, I assert, you murdered Santa Claus.
Waterhorse doesn't have
After
much.
beating him down, you locked the door and jumped out of the second floor window.
Beating him down.
It's a farce. I'm being framed.
Santa would beat him up.
You've got nothing, do you?
He does have nothing, maybe?
The window was open when we discovered the crime scene. Of course, jumping from that height would naturally leave you wounded.
He can fly.
This injury explains the blood splatter on the ground outside.
That injury was from yesterday.
He can fly.
It's somebody else's.
Unless the
blood.
injury made him unable to...
You're the only one in this room with an open wound.
Okay, we don't know anyone with an open wound. I'm pretty sure it's hitting the ground.
Crass, I assert, you murdered Santa Claus. After beating him down, you locked the door.
But I forget the bullets that you have here.
Window.
It's a farce.
I would love to play a game like this. I mean, obviously, I love Danganronpa, but this thing, a playable version.
Was open when we discovered the crime scene. Of course, jumping
That'd be an incredibly huge endeavor, though.
naturally.
There it is, there it is. Let's fly to the castle? Aw. That'd be hilarious.
No, that's wrong! Thanks, Crass. If it weren't for you mentioning this in passing, I would have completely forgot.
Forgot what?
What are you talking about?
Did I miss the actual point here? Oh, flew. Okay, yep. He was flying beforehand. All right.
He can fly. He can
My wings are so pretty.
They are Celestia. I love them. They're very colorful.
Saying you forgot?
Is it unreasonable to say that Crass didn't think of what he'd instinctively
Do you use
under a
moisturizer?
circumstance that
You
didn't
need to tell me
actually
your
occur?
secrets.
Crass was injured right by his wing, yes. Perhaps he couldn't fly, hence the latter injury.
No, he flew this morning.
Yes.
He was injured yesterday.
That wasn't built on the pretense that Crass never got that first injury. So Crass, if he were
That
in
also makes
situation,
sense, all right.
could have easily flown out of the window. He couldn't have taken that fall. Not so fast. Maybe he wasn't lying about the sword fight, but he was lying about not jumping out that window.
He just likes jumping out windows.
Why? Meaning he still fell out of that window.
That
My
does
assertion still
work.
holds.
So he was flying around the gym.
How do you say?
Where'd he go? Oh, he's flying. He's out of sight.
A scratch like that means nothing. It's a fiddle.
Let's fly to the castle.
Tis but a scratch.
Being able to fly right now is your proof.
If I can fly like this now, I can fly like
I
this
really
now
like that he
today,
just
too.
removed him from the frame.
Around the gym. Even if he was lying about that, this here is pretty hard to refute.
So how about that then? Am I off
The translucency on Horse of Water. This whole thing's just really well done so far.
On the ground outside the science lab.
Who else is injured? That seems like a pretty big giveaway. Science lab. It's just Santa's?
Is it possible that maybe it's Santa's blood? He's the only other one of us
Oh.
with blood exposed.
He was murdered, then dragged inside?
Santa was killed on the second floor of the building. I agree. It can't be his. I think that's the wrong way to be
Or
thinking.
flown up?
We shouldn't be saying Santa's blood can't be on the ground outside.
Santa.
Should be asking, how could Santa's blood be on?
Yeah, how could it happen?
Well then, smartass, you're the one who brought it up. Spit it out.
He was murdered and moved. That's a common twist in here is that a body was
Another wrong assumption regarding the base.
taken somewhere else.
Santa was not killed in the second floor science lab. He was killed outside. Wait, so then his body was moved into the science lab? That's the only
Who can move the enormous girth of Santa Claus?
And more importantly, how does that make any sense?
Jake can. Jake is strong. 11:15.
He was already in the science lab. Are you saying he...
But everyone else was together, so he could have easily left
Back in?
between then and 11:55.
Spending this time arguing that he wasn't murdered in the science lab? Perhaps he was let out of the science lab.
Let out.
Maybe Santa wasn't the only thing that was moved into the science lab.
What's that supposed to
What else was there? A toy maker. I don't remember that entire picture. The doll. Someone stole his doll? And he's like, where'd the doll go? Ho ho no!
Was anybody here wondering why there's a broken doll sitting on the floor of a science lab? I kind of thought it might have been the murder weapon.
That would've been pretty cool.
Fatal blunt force from that toy would put it in far more disarray.
He was actually choked to death on the doll.
Then. I definitely don't remember seeing it in that room before today, so I think it may be integral to what played out here. I think that toy was bait, used to lure Santa outside.
As we all know, that is how you capture Santa Claus.
Santa noticed it on the ground outside. As a toy maker, it's likely he wouldn't want to see an abandoned doll, let alone a broken one.
Pure,
Santa was brought outside.
unadulterated logic.
That's when the killer struck. And what if Santa
A cheap shot to the back of the head.
Maybe the killer used some kind of sound to grab his attention?
Let's fly to the castle!
high up. The state of the toy could be explained by a high force.
I love
There you go.
Pigeon
That's what I propose.
and her
must
cutie mark
happen.
and voice.
Alright, So you
everything
have an
about it.
explanation. But what the hell does that accomplish? All that just sounds like a bunch of fluff leading us in circles. Why would
I
the
mean,
killer
if
bring
anything, Santa is made of
just
fluff.
to bring him back in? And why in such an obscenely convoluted way?
Because the killer has to get away with murder.
You've come up with a conspiracy theory.
That's the entire point. Alright. What is it? I don't know where this is going right now. Broken doll, let's fly to the castle, Scott's account. Science room meeting.
This is insane.
I agree.
If the killer wanted Santa dead, he'll be dead 10 times over.
Not that one.
Santa was alone in the science lab. The killer obviously knew Santa was in there. So why
I
didn't
think
they just
everyone
do it in
knew
there?
Santa went in there
One thing's for sure.
at 11:15.
Had to have wings. You know, fly Santa back through that window.
You could drag Santa
By your logic,
or toss Santa.
might as well have been thrown up there.
I mean, yeah.
Who knows if flying is involved?
Flying is so much fun.
That's the broken window.
Please, can someone just contribute with something that actually makes sense?
The broken window. Someone threw Santa from the ground floor into the second floor science lab. And the doll with him, I guess? But who has such raw forearm muscle?
This is insane. If the killer
I mean, Jake can
wanted
break a doorknob with
10
his
times over.
freaking
Santa was alone in
hoof.
the science lab. The killer obviously knew Santa was in there. So why didn't they just do it in there?
But some of them can fly. I don't know if they can carry Santa Claus.
Had to have wings. You know, fly Santa back through that window.
By your logic, Santa.
I mean, Celestia has magic? Theoretically? I have no idea, actually.
Who even knows if flying is involved?
Flying is
Wait. What? Flying is so much fun. Okay.
That's wrong!
That's wrong. Flying sucks. It's the worst.
Celestia, what an odd comment to make. Viva,
This
what are
one?
you doing? You say flying is fun. You of all people.
Nice cut.
There's only one thing everybody knows about you for sure.
Celestia doesn't fly.
let's fly.
Oh my god.
You flew. You flew to the castle.
I think Viva's lost it.
All the callbacks.
And you crashed. This is the one thing I think
The requisite
all of us
knowledge
need to
for
say
this
for-
video
And yet here you are, claiming that you think flying
is Viva's channel. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
Acting like you're just a casual observer making an occasional cute remark, when you were at the heart of this incident all along.
The inner demons of Princess Celestia, the Eternal.
Start. Celestia has an alibi. She was in the cafeteria when... Actually, when exactly did she show up in the cafeteria?
Oh, what are you throwing at me here?
I wasn't really paying attention.
Oh, how do I...
I only remember her being there at 11:45. I don't remember when she arrived.
Oh, I can't go with this information?
I guess I didn't either.
You're throwing twists at me that
To who arrived when was at the top of my priorities. Well then,
I have no leverage here.
the new suspect.
Are you kidding me?
Oh no. Celestia's become a magma.
Debating this. I mean, we haven't even addressed the elephant in the room.
That's quite the accusation you've made. However, I cannot continue to let you speak this way. Staying silent is no longer an option if it means a false accusation is made.
I love this video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was approximately the first half of Who Killed Santa? Danganronpa Trigger Happy Horses by Viva Reverie. In terms of the 4-part series, it covers parts 1 and 2. If you like what you saw, go check out parts 3 and 4 on his channel, or continue the full animation around the 26-minute mark. I'm recording this after having seen all of it, and I can say that I like where it goes very much. The second half is also a bit easier to follow along, relying more clearly on this internal storyline and making callbacks to events that happened within the first half. You'll hear me say it again, but this animation is an incredible achievement for Viva Reverie. This is an insane undertaking. for now, and you'll hear me say this again next time. Thank you to Viva, to Sylvia Winter, to Edgeloop for making this crazy thing. And thank you all for watching. I hope you check out the rest of his video. If you haven't seen it, I hope to see you again for the second half. And those who know the ending, please don't spoil it for others in these comments. Until next time, remember,
I'm a princess. Are you a princess too?